Some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They don't see, they on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.
Yes, let's get it, man. Yes, my peoples, big up yourself, big up the whole metric community. Smash the likes on your way in. You know, we're here after another W. W's on W's. That's what we should be calling ourselves now, yeah? W team. No more losses. I can't even remember how it feels to lose, bro. We've been on a trajectory, which is crazy. I know man's got to stay a bit humble, but, bro, we've got the best form in the league. Even that Brighton loss there, FA Cup, minor. But when it comes to the Prem, we're on a different thing right now. So big up the guys, man, for even making this happen, man. You see what's going on. Played Tottenham yesterday. Obviously, everyone knows what happened. Let me give you some context. If you didn't watch the game, you probably know by now. Romero got sent off after the 29th minute. And Mbumo scored, 10 minutes later. Fernand scored, put the game to bed. Sesko should have scored at the end, let's be real. And then bam. So obviously after that, there's been a lot of reactions. A lot of people have came out saying their little ones and twos, etc. But we'll get into it anyway, so we can see what's going on. Man's got a few videos and whatnot, and yeah, we'll see what's going on. So cool, man. Let's get into the videos, man. Let's see what these Tottenham fans and these rival fans are saying.
For Tottenham and Tottenham.
Let's kick it off.
This is a message for Tottenham and Tottenham fucking Hotspur only. I just watched that fucking game versus Man. What the fuck? Christian Romero, I want to win! As a captain, you cannot do all of that media stuff and then get a red card. I'm gonna act calm now, because my head is on fucking Mars. First of all, I want to say well done Man United, mate. I don't know what kind of Carrick ball they've got, but I need that in my club. Carrick, mate, 50 million up front. How about that? Come to Tottenham, please. I think after this game, I'm fully frank out now. You can't bring on Bissouma, Tell, and Colin Mawani in the 79th minute. When we're 1-0 down. And you cannot take off our best player at the moment for Dragusin. I know we have a red card, but what the fuck? My head is on fucking Mars. I might have to do a fucking Danny Aaron's and put on an Arsenal top. I'm not even joking. I'm actually like, I hate this club. I fully hate this club. I've had to go and get fresh air. If I don't, I'm going to evaporate into like steam. I don't even want to get into people's performances because everyone was fucking diabolical. I can't even say it, apart from Vicario. Vicario was actually the only good player. I didn't even see from Xavi Simons today. I don't even fucking know. But he's still better than Eze. Okay, that's me done. I need to go to bed.
Chill. All right, they're getting mad over there. My man saying Romero. Romero did cost them. I'll be real. They was actually playing okay until Romero went over there and went mad. I'll be real. Until Romero went crazy, they were actually playing not too bad. It was band for band. We did have the better chances. I think they had the Gallagher chance. That was more or less it. Bruno missed a sitter. Not a sitter. Let me not say that, but Bruno missed a good chance. Cunha had that chance that went past the post. So we had a few chances, but Romero cost them that game 100%. So I'm with him 100%. I don't know why he's onto the manager so much, though, but...
This is a message for Tottenham and Tottenham fucking Hotspur only! I just watched that fucking game versus...
Yeah, he's moving mad. He's spazzing out. Forget about him anyway. We've seen what he's on anyway. But yeah, bro, if I was a Tottenham fan, I would be thinking what's going on as well. You got to think about it as well, yeah? They've won the Europa League and the club has gone backwards. We've gone out of there. We was with them. Mud Brothers. We're both in the Europa final. We're both in the end of the bottom of the table. They've gone backwards. They're still over there. They're still chilling there. They're in the Champions League now. I think that's the only reason Frank is still in the job, because they're in the Champions League. If they weren't in the Champions League, there's no way my man will still have a job. I'll tell you that for free. That's what's basically keeping him in the job. But this youth needs to chill, though. He's moving a bit mad. Let's get into the next guy anyway.
Fucking steam. I don't fucking know. Right, bye.
Absolutely shocking. Tottenham are robbed. That is never a red card. Romero, his foot is not off the ground. Look at Casemiro. He's falling to the ground anyway. How is that a red card? Someone explain to me why that is a red card. Look at him. His foot is not off the ground. Casemiro is diving and falling over, and the referee gives him a red. Honestly, Daylight robbery against Tottenham. That is never, ever, ever a red card. I wouldn't even give that as a yellow card. Can you believe it?
He's definitely trolling. He's got to be trolling because we all know that was a red. Yeah, I don't know what you lot's opinions are, but my opinion is that is definitely 100% a red card. There's no two ways about it. He's definitely trolling. He's got to be. He's got to be here to just troll. You know what I mean? Like, man saying his foot's not off the ground. Bro, doesn't matter if your foot's off the ground or not. Bro, he's trolling. I think he's trolling. I'm not even going to stand.
Honestly, it's not even half-time and Tottenham are one player down. Their best player, Romero. Look at it from every angle. Where does that look like a red card? Honestly, someone explain to me the rules of football because I can't understand it. If you're given a red card for that, then every single tackle in the Premier League should be a red card. Look at that. He hardly touches him and he dives. Robbery. Where is the VAR? Refereeing system is poor. Robbery.
Man said he dives. That's crazy, bro. Like, he's trolling, innit? Let's be real. He's got to be trolling. There's no way this guy is being serious. Like, that's not a red card. And that Casemiro actually dives. You know, when you lose sometimes, you need a bit of fresh air because when you lose straight away, your mind's all over the place. You don't know how to think. You think everything's against you. You start getting mad. He needs to chill. Take a fresh air. Have a paracetamol. Have a little food. And then go outside. Because what he's talking about ain't making a sense. Man said that Casemiro died. That is crazy.
Then every single tackle in the Premier League should be a red card. Look at that. He hardly touches him and he dives. Robbery. Where is the VAR? Refereeing system is poor. Robbery.
Oh, love it. Man said robbery. Safe. Another one. Like I said, my man is... I just think he's just dumb. Like, he's head's hot. I don't blame him, actually, because sometimes when we lose Man United, my head's hot. I might say some stuff at the time. Oh, refs. Oh, the ref was shit. Blah, 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 bro. He's gone mad with that one there. He nearly snapped the man's ankle, literally. I don't know how the referee even clocked that. It was so quick for the referee to clock it and see how bad it was to send him off. That's something that the referee usually misses, and then he has to go to VAR. So it was kind of crazy to see that the referee actually saw it, and it was kind of good as well. Good refereeing, to be honest. But let's move on from him anyway. Let's get to the next guy, man. He's just talking shit, man. I'll be real. Yeah, let's move on from this geezer because he's lost.
Football, because I can't understand it. If you're giving them as poor,
it should be other people coming.
Let's go.
But see, Christian has a problem. His own club. Multiple times now, he's lashed out, not just on the pitch, but on social media. Last month he posted, it should be other people coming out to speak, but they don't. Has been happening for several years now. They only show up when things are going well. To tell a few lies, taking direct aim at Spurs' ball. His last match, again, took to social media. Said it's unbelievable, but true, and disgraceful what's going on at Spurs. Obviously the club captain. So Thomas Frank was asked, what do you make of the comments? Did he get a fine? Thomas replies, we've dealt with it internally. Adds, Kuti is a very passionate person.
Bro, that's already crazy. For those that don't know what just happened is, my man came out and said some stuff where these people only ever come out and speak when things are good. So basically, you only see the board when we won the trophy at Europa or things are getting good because nothing's ever good at Tottenham. So Romero came out and basically called at the board. Nothing. No repercussions, nothing. Then he came out and said, listen, I had to play today. Against Man City last time they played, he had to play because they only had, 11 players fit. 11 senior players were fit. So he came out and said, we only had 11 senior players fit. Can you imagine that? This is a disgrace. He called at the board again. How can we only have 11 players fit? Bro, any top club would say, bro, this guy's getting mad. Your mouth is too mad. You're moving mad on social media. Sit out. You can't play. We'll fine you. Know yourself. They've got no backbone over there so much that he's calling them out and he's getting no punishment whatsoever. So they've asked Frank in the press conference, what about Romero? Has he been sanctioned or anything for the stuff that he keeps coming out and saying? You lot saw Ronaldo come out here, done interviews, got rid of him, got him out of here. Got on Nachos, liking tweets, retweeting stuff. Yo, bench. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that, bro. So Romero, they've been giving him some sort of treatment over there anyway. He calls them out. He basically runs Tottenham, bro. So that's what he's basically saying. This is what Thomas Frank said. Look, Kuti is a very passionate person. And then he carries on.
leaves everything on the pitch. He wants to win every time, and there can be outbursts. The very next game, there was an outburst. Straight red card, 29th minute, smashes into Casemiro. First Prem player to be sent off twice this season, missing the next 4 matches. And United's first goal. Loads of space from a corner, because Tottenham, they're down to 10 men. Thomas Frank after the game was asked, would this happen if Romero was on the pitch? Thomas Frank says, it doesn't happen.
Bruv, their thing is mental, bro. Their thing is mental. That's all I got to say. But Thomas Frank, their manager's got no backbone. He doesn't say anything. He just says the basics. And even when someone's done something wrong, he doesn't even come out and say it. Like, yeah, we have to deal with that or whatever. It's just, it'll be dealt with internally or whatever. It's a joke thing. My man runs over there, bro. He's going to miss the next 4 games and he's going to come back. And then he's got the most yellow cards in the league. I think he's got 9 yellow cards. So when he even comes back anyway, he's got to tread on eggshells anyway. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, let me check how much yellow cards this guy's on. This guy is a walking. Look at that. That's red cards. He's got the most red cards. This guy tops the thing. When it comes to cards, he is running the show. Let me show you that right now. Look at this geezer. When it comes to cards, red cards, he's got the most in the whole league, 2. Yeah, and then when it comes to yellow cards, he's got 8. If you get 10, you miss 2 games. So think about it, guys. What I'm saying to you lot. He's missing 4 games right now. If he comes back and gets 2 more yellows, he misses another 2 games. So he's going to potentially miss 6 games out of their last 13. 6 games out of their last 13 games, he's going to miss 6 games. Because all he's got to do is get 2 more. This is the thing about this thing. If you get to 10, you miss 2 games. We've only got Casemiro on 6. Hopefully he doesn't get 4. And he's got to miss 2 games. And if he does miss them 2 games, we hope it's like not the maddest team. It's not Newcastle away or Villa at home again. He missed Villa away first. Villa at home now. We can't have him. But look at that. This geezer is going to potentially miss 6 games. Because when he comes back, he's still got to get just 2 yellow cards. Then he misses another 2 matches. Walking liability, bro. Different. So that's what my man is saying. He's not rating him, man. It makes sense, bro. I always said this anyway.
Would this happen if Romero was on the pitch?
I always say this about these guys, bro. How can these guys be top centre backs and all that, top players, when they're liabilities? You don't know if you're going to get them. This is the same thing with Caicedo. People say he's better than Rice. He's the best midfielder, bro. How can you be the best midfielder if we're not 100% that you can play every game? 1 minute you're missing FA Cup games, then you're missing... These guys are just headless. It's a South American thing, innit? They're very aggressive. Even Martinez, when he came to Man United, he started doing that little jump. He started moving mad at first. They need to chill out, bro. He's kind of chilled out. Even Casemiro does the little slide sometimes and gets his little yellow, but he's kind of chilled out with the madness now. But, bro, all these mad ones, they need to relax. It's a South American thing. Caicedo, Romero, Casemiro, Ugarte's got it in him as well a little bit, where they're just rough. They just want to kick you. There's a lot of them that just move mad like that, and they need to relax, bro. That's the thing. But that's a good point, what my man said, though. But he's a Tottenham fan. See, they're going at it, bro.
Thomas Frank says it doesn't happen.
And they're not rating Thomas Frank.
Because West Ham have got difficult games as well. I can't pretend that West Ham are going to go and win those games.
They're talking about the relegation. They're talking about the relegation. Their relegation ops. West Ham. This is the games they've got to look at now. If West Ham's going to catch them. Because if you look at the league, oh my God, imagine that though. Like, I know it was bad under Amrin the first season, but I don't think we ever looked at the relegation zone and actually looked at it and said, you know what? Can Wolves catch us or whatever it was? Southampton. Like, bro, look at the way they're looking at this thing. Let me share my screen. Look at this. This is madness. This is how they're looking at it. They're looking at it and saying, West Ham, can they win any of their games? Because look, they're on 23. Tottenham's on 29. Crystal Palace play Brighton in about 2 hours. So Crystal Palace might go on top even if they just draw. Then you've got, look, West Ham just got to win 2 games and then they're in the relegation zone, literally. But you know West Ham's got some tricky games. They've got us, and I think they're going Anfield or something, is it? Hold on. Nah, it's not even that. It's Bournemouth at home, us, Bournemouth at home, and then they're going Anfield. All they've got to do is win 2 games. They win 2 games, they catch Tottenham. And Tottenham at this moment, as you can see where they're at, you get it, like their thing. Look at their fixtures. They got Newcastle, Arsenal, Fulham, and then Crystal Palace, and then Liverpool. Crazy. Could you see them winning any of them games? Newcastle are kind of in the same form as them, where they both keep losing. I think Newcastle lost their last 4 games as well. So I don't know, but this is literally like this on another thing will be El Sakiko. They've both been losing. Look, Newcastle's as bad as them. Look at their form. It's madness. So Tottenham, anyway, they're trying to get out of there. So they're looking at West Ham, which is very, very funny. Let's get back into the video, but that's mental.
But they do have games where they can pick up a few points, though, like the Bournemouths at home. But look, we've got games. I think we can probably do something at against Newcastle next week. They've been pretty poor, to be honest. And Crystal Palace at home. We got to win that game because Crystal Palace will be within 3 points of us, probably.
Oh, my days. This is crazy. Man's talking about Crystal Palace and West Ham in a relegation zone. They're trying to get out of the relegation zone. They're looking at their fixtures and saying, how can we get out? What gets us out of this situation there? Crystal Palace at home. West Ham's got Anfield. Bruv, I don't think we've ever been that low. Even last season when we was bad, we were never looking at Wolves and that in a relegation, Ipswich, and saying, oh, we need to win this game because Ipswich might... Nah, bro. It never got that low.
When we played them.
That's a 6-pointer.
Yeah.
Spurs, Palace, Tottenham, 6-pointer. I think
Brennan Johnson coming back to Tottenham.
Oh, you know what's happening. You just know what's happening. You know, if West Ham win today and it goes to 6 points, what that does is it puts us under more pressure and it gives West Ham more motivation, and that psychology swings. But when you look at their fixtures coming up, West Ham have got a tough run as well, Ben. I'm not going to lie. When you read out those fixtures, I'm thinking to myself, are West Ham winning those games? I don't think so. I don't know, you know.
The thing is, I'm looking at Nottingham Forest's fixtures as well. They play Wolves at home next week. Then they play Liverpool at home, Brighton away, Man City away, Fulham at home.
Bro, I don't know what's going to happen, but this relegation fight is heating up and I'm loving it. I'll be real. If Tottenham stay in there for long enough where it gets the heat, that'll be lovely. Just let them stay in there. I don't think they get relegated in the end, of course. They're too much of a better team to get relegated. But, bro, the longer they stay in that relegation zone, the longer they stay without getting the points, look at that, 29. West Ham just have to win 2 games. 2 games, and this whole thing is crazy. Nottingham Forest, remember, they just got to win 1 game, and they drag Forest in there. So Forest already is dark for them. But they got Wolves next. But if they win them 2 games, 26 and then 29, bruv, it's dark. It's dark. And you got to look at it. Tottenham, I think they've got enough, though. They got the Solankis and that they'll get a 1-2 wins and get out of there. But, bro, we don't know. It might go up to about, you might need like 36 points or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe 33. You might need 33 points to be safe or something like that. Where Tottenham need like two more W's. But Tottenham, when you look at them, they've got a bad run right now. West Ham's won three of their last 5 games. Forest have won 2 of their last 5 games. Tottenham haven't won none. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's relegation form with Burnley, Crystal Palace, and Wolves. That's the only 4 teams that haven't won nothing. So they're in terrible form at this time. But that's crazy that you even see Tottenham fans talking about West Ham and Crystal Palace fixtures and saying, oh, they got that, they can catch up. How are you doing that maths with West Ham? That's mental. That's crazy. Let's get back into it.
You know, then we play them.
Don't tell me about corruption. Don't tell me about corruption ever again. Red card. Look how low his boot is. His studs are not even showing that much, but look how low his boot is. Red card. No red card. No red card. He's nearly snapped Doku's leg. Look.
Let me show you that something. Remember, this is still pictures. So the pictures can't tell you a story. I think every single person I've watched, when you watch the Casemiro red card at first, you're like, that's not a red card. I thought that wasn't a red card. I was like, what? That's not a red. That's going to get overturned. And then you watch it again. The second time you watch the Casemiro one, you know it's a red. When his leg is literally bending, you're like, oh. The Doku one with Dalot, I think we could all sit here and admit, if it did get red card, we would have said, okay, it is what it is. But he didn't go in with force. And that's a picture. He didn't go in with force, and he was taking his leg, basically. He went for the ball, and he was taking his leg out. He got the ball first, but then it escaped him. So it's not no one complaining or nothing, but this geezer's going mad. You can see he's a Man City fan. Let's get into it. But yeah, he's going a bit mad.
Look at his leg go down. He's going down like a cheap brass, and there's no red card. do not tell me again about corruption. Do not say that the Premier League is not corrupt. Do not say that the refs are not...
Man sitting there talking about the Premier League is not corrupt, and you're a Man City fan. You're a Man City fan sitting there talking about corruption. That is crazy. Like, be an Everton fan or something. You know, like that. Be a Fulham fan. Someone that got robbed with the offside against Verts. You know, that something. Man City fans are coming online talking about corruption with the Premier League and at Old Trafford, and you're a Manchester City 115 charges fan. Crazy.
Wins by teams and clubs, because clearly they are red card, no red card. Absolute embarrassment from the referees.
Oh, allow it, man.
He's making it almost impossible.
He's just talking rubbish, man. Like I said, see these Man City ones, a lot of them, they need a lot of traction as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But like I said, if Dalot got sent off, I think every Man United fan would have said, cool. And let's be real here. We've had VAR do us loads of times this season. A lot of teams, when something's happening at Old Trafford now, they say, oh, it's Old Trafford. It's only because it's Man United. Bro, us as Man United supporters know we've been done the most by VAR. I think there's an article that came out about it. Man United got done the most by VAR or something. Yeah, like by VAR, they've made the most mistakes. Oh, gosh, where is it? I'll try to find it for you lot. But we've been done the most. So if it goes against us at one time, we don't care. It's where it is. A man's not sitting there and saying, if Dalot got sent off that day, we would have still said, yeah, he got sent off. I don't think anyone would have complained and said it's not a red card. It would have been, it is where it is. But, bro, every single team, when they come and they see something like this, they start saying it's Old Trafford tax and all this stuff, as if things are not happening. As if we couldn't have had a penalty earlier that game with the Cunha chance. Do you know what I'm trying to remember? Cunha got bumbled over. I know it was just out of the box, etc. But these things can still happen. And Boomo, the week before with Fulham, we could have had a penalty with that. We don't care. We don't get into this fuss. We don't cry about it. We're not Arsenal fans. So it is what it is. But he's just talking rubbish. Like I said, he's a Man City fan talking about corruption, which is crazy. Imagine a Man City fan talking about the Premier League is corrupt. Manchester City, that's madness. Let's get into it, man. Let's see
red card. Absolute embarrassment from the referees.
Yeah. Whatever, man. He's talking rubbish, man. Like I said, we've been done over the most. There's an article out there that the VAR mistakes, I think it was the Athletic that put it out. He said, with all the VAR mistakes, Manchester United have been done over the most. Yeah, and it was like, all right, cool. No one even made a big deal out of it because it just is what it is. It happens to us a lot. But it is what, look at Ahmad, how much times he's been done. He's been, oh, we should have had a penalty for that. It's crazy, man. But it's cool, no problem. Let's get into the next one anyway, man. Forget this geezer, man. He's out here just crying, and he's a Man City fan trying to get traction. He doesn't get no views. Let's get into it. I'm gonna get
He's making it almost impossible for Tottenham Hotspur fans to back him in any sort of debates now. I'm absolutely rattled by this and my head is gone because Romero, time and time again, rival fans have told us all of your vulnerabilities. They've mentioned the fact that you are so rash, and Tottenham fans have backed you time and time again. You come out against the club, we still back you, but you cannot keep making these silly decisions to just go in on challenges. There was no need to do that with Casemiro. You got through the ball. Why go through the player? And you've cost us that game today. And if I see any sort of Tottenham Hotspur fan going in on the Tottenham Hotspur manager, because what do you expect him to do? We're 10 man down. It's already a difficult enough game. Thomas Frank, he had to go to Old Trafford with the Michael Carrick manager bounce, and then you go and do that, Romero. You're the captain, you're the leader, and you are by no means in a way leading by example. If I'm Frank, I'm giving the captain's armband to Van der Ven. He's talked out against the club 3 or 4 times. Yes, it's needed. Yes, you need someone like that to do it, but you got to back it up with performances on the pitch. I would
big him up, man. He's saying some realness, man. He's actually saying some realness. Out of all of them, a lot of them have been complaining. It's not a red, etc. He's saying it straight, bro. But he thinks more on the manager, like the Tottenham fans. They go mad, get Frank out, etc. I think Frank should be getting sacked regardless because of his performance. But yesterday, you can't put stuff like that on Frank. Do you know what I'm saying? They've got a red card. Yeah, I feel like he sat back a bit too much, taking off Odegaard to put on a defender. He had to more or less do that, but he sat back a little bit too much. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there could have been a little bit more Solanke, stay up there, put someone in the middle, and then, I don't know, maybe we would have played through them. Who knows? But I don't think when you get a red card from your captain, you can go out there and put that on the manager. I'll be real. Like, that's not what I would say. Do you know what I'm saying? Judge him off another game, innit? Like, etc. But I don't think you go out there and put that on things. So that's what he's saying. He's saying, listen, all the Tottenham, because remember, the Tottenham fans, they're going through what we was going through. Some people wanted Amrin to stay all the way to the end. a lot of people are hammering out. They're going through that with Frank. Loads of them are saying, get Frank out. Some of them are saying, no, keep him. He's the guy. Give him a chance, etc. So it's up and down at the moment. But he's not coming out here and saying it's not a red or crying about it. He's just saying, listen, it was a red. Get off the manager, etc. And Romero, you're a liability.
100% make Van der Ven the captain. And you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you drop a follow for the daily Tottenham Hotspur content. The head is gone.
Yeah, his head's gone, but he's cool. He kept it calm. I'm cool with that. See, when they're stern like that, I'm calm. Let's get into the next guy. I'll get these comments in a sec.
Currently 1-0 at half-time, and I mean, it's all down to this man, Romero. For me, personally, I didn't think it was a red card, but that's because I'm a bit more old school and used to the Sunday League sort of football. In today's game, it probably is a red card. He didn't have to leave the foot in. I didn't think it was reckless, as they said, but he has caught him, and it's going to cost us the game. And he's now banned for the Arsenal game, Newcastle game, I think it's Fulham game. But the Arsenal game's obviously massive, but it's just the same old crap. I mean, to be fair, I do believe that if it wasn't Romero who made that tackle, it would have been given as a yellow first of all. Maybe it would have got reviewed and then red card.
Oh, they're going mad. You see, a lot of them keep saying that. Like, they keep saying it's Romero tax. That the referees have got something on Romero. You know, when basically you've got your name on. Even there's a something Martinez. You see, when the ball came in the box and Martinez kind of threw Solanke to the floor, they're making something crazy out of that. They're saying that if that was if that was Romero, it would be a penalty the other way around, bro. They're going a bit too mad. We see when Casemiro was doing mad stuff. When Casemiro was doing mad stuff, grabbing Hughes by the neck and all of this stuff, we knew why he was getting sent off. When we was 2-1 up, Chelsea, and Casemiro was on the yellow card, and then he's going in for another yellow, even though we're like, oh, that was a bit soft, we know, yo, you've lost your head. When Dalot is going sliding in the Emirates, in the FA Cup, and he's already on the yellow card, we already knew. No, we don't sit there and complain about it. They look at these guys and say, nah, but the referees want Romero's head. Bro, it's not that, bro. There's no, like, the man nearly snapped the man's ankle. What do you want him to do? Man, I'm saying it's not a yellow card. This guy said, I'm a bit old school, so I don't think it's a red, etc. Like, come on, man. You're just talking rubbish, bro. And he's saying if it was any other player, that wouldn't be the decision. What are we doing here? Like, come on, bro. Just keep it stern. It's a red card all day. We know it's a red card. Just keep it stern, man, and call it a day, bro. That's your man. That's your captain. If that's your captain and he can't hold his head, second red card of the season, he's got the most red cards in Premier League history. Do you know how crazy that is? The most red cards in Premier League history. Bro, this guy's on a different team. Look at this. You got big game players and you got big game bozos. Romero is a big game bozo. I tell you that for free. Look at this. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. He can't keep his cool in big games. This guy's got 4 red cards. That's madness. And he's a man that you know as well. You just know that he will go out there and do something. He's one of them, man. Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. They're still crying about it, man. He's another one that's just crying. It is what it is, bro. You keep crying, big man. Let's get into him, man. Let's see what else he's saying.
Because it's Romero, he's that type of player that these referees love to just get bookings and red cards out for. But yeah, I mean, as your captain, you can't be doing that. Not in today's game. He knows it's a risk and he's took it and it's backfired massively. So we're going to end up losing this game, no doubt. But the fact he's now going to be out for 3 games, I think it's 4 actually because it's his second red. That is just ridiculous. But let me know, guys, what do you think about all this? And if you could like, repost, share, drop me a fight, good stuff.
Yeah, he's a bozo. That's what I think about it. I think he's a bozo and he's a liability. I say the same thing about Caicedo. Caicedo gets a yellow card every game and then he misses all the big games. He missed the first leg of the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. With all these games, like, you can't be the best if you're never available, bro. It doesn't make any sense. I'll get a few of these comments, but these guys are just, they're coping as much as they can. If we beat West Ham, I want Carrick in. And did you see Expressions? Yeah, I see Expressions one, but I didn't. There was music in the background. I'll get copyright. I can't bring that one there here. If there's music in it, I can't bring it here to react because there'll be copyright in it. So I didn't bring that in still. Romero should get 10 games for that wicked tackle to Cass. He tried to take him out. Guess these Spurs fans never expected United to lose United. I know, exactly. Can't believe people are saying it's not a red. To be fair, Tottenham is going through a whole injury crisis. Can't put all the blame. Exactly. But still, Tottenham's actually got depth, you know. When you actually think about it, they haven't got, obviously they're missing a few players that can play. like that are their 10s, their Kulusevski, Madison. But when you look at their team, you can't even tell they've got injuries though. They've got an actual 11. Like they didn't have to play no kids or nothing. Someone out of line. When you actually look at their team yesterday, that's a starting 11. Obviously, Gray's out of position, of course. They'll love to have Pedro Porro or Jed Spence. You know what I'm saying? But Udogie, Van de Ven, Romero, that's their top 3 centre-backs and Vaccaro. So that's more or less their back 5, just without Gray, of course. Let me put it on the screen so you lot can see it. Yeah, so that's more or less their back 5. That's there. But just take Gray out and put Pedro, Porro, or Spence. Gallagher, Paulina, and Sarr, they could start every game. Who's their DM? That's their DMs. Bentancur, like, come on. Who else will be there? And then when you look at this position, obviously they'll probably mostly like to have Kudus and Madison. That's it. That's their starting centre forward. They've got a lot of depth. When you actually look at it, they have got a lot of injuries, of course. You understand? But look at who actually starts on this. It's Kudus, Pedro Porro, or Spence. So one of these two, and Kudus. Richarlison doesn't start over Solanke. And James Maddison, that's it. And James Maddison. So I would go James Maddison, Kudus on the left, whatever, or the right, whatever. James Maddison and the right back. But I think that 3 will still be in midfield within the DM situation or whatever. I don't think that will change. I don't think there's anyone better. I don't think Bentancur is anything better. Or maybe you can put him in Bergvall in there. Maybe. But I don't think they had like loads of players missing that are like crucial to them because they still fielded in 11. And when you look at that 11, and then you've still got these 5 on the bench, and then you still got these 10, they've actually got a lot of depth. But people just say that it's shit depth. You know what I'm saying? But they've got a lot of depth, bro, because that's a whole more or less 11 there. So it's crazy. They've got a lot of players still. But yeah, man. So let's get back into the videos anyway. But yeah, they're crying over it. I'm gonna let me get one more of these comments and I'll get back to they got an injury pack. Can't play. Yeah, I'm not blaming Frank at all. Still, I'll be real. I'm not blaming Frank for that loss there. No way. But they're moving mad. Never seen a more red card. Can we talk about Carrick making Amrin look at bro? Kwaku, everything he's doing, bruv, it's just making it seem simple that it's looking dark for Amrin. Amrin must be watching this and feeling like an idiot. Literally. We need 2 more years of Bruno, give him extension. I think we have to put extension on the table for Bruno. Big up yourself, Mike. I hope you're good, bro. Hamza, big up yourself. The pressure could get to Spurs. Yeah, they're in the relegation, bro. They're in there, but I think they'll have enough, though, man, to get out of there. They need 2 wins. You still got Burnley and Wolves to play. I think they'll be all right. Dalot was lucky to stay on the pitch, to be fair, yeah. The league's won if City lose today. Hopefully a draw between City and Liverpool. Either way, Spurs were going to get beat yesterday. Spurs fans' excuses will be got sent. Exactly. We never spoke about that again. Eric Ten Hag said that the game doesn't count. Remember? We never spoke about that again. We left it. They're still crying. They're still showing us Europa League trophies. Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Solanke's so bad. I don't even think Solanke's that bad. Onana went there to help Spurs get their 3 points. Don't matter their overall score. Don't blame injuries. Blaming injuries on relegation. It's true. It's true. But I don't even think Solanke's that bad. I just think Harry Maguire and Martinez are headlocking every single striker. Jesus, Gyökeres, Haaland, Jimenez. Jimenez had 1 chance, remember? That 1 chance that Lamans had, but Maguire swiped him out and gave the penalty away. No one's getting them chances like that. Solanke, same thing as Haaland. You're just X'd out. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on here. So them 2 partnerships, man. But let's get into another video. Let's see what's going on.
And as always, up the Spurs.
Imagine calling out the board at your football club, saying that they're the ones responsible for Tottenham's downfall, but then you proceed to go and get sent off in the very next match. Well, this is exactly what Captain Cuti Romero has done for Tottenham Hotspur today against Manchester United, because this tackle from him on Casemiro is nothing short of an absolute shocker. Now, coming into this game, Romero has made it clear that he isn't happy with the Tottenham Hotspur board for not signing that many players during the injury crisis.
Bro. Let me go back there and leave it on that. Where's that thing there? It needs to stay on that picture so I can show you.
Absolute shocker. Now coming in.
This is what he put up and atted Spurs. He put this up and drew out the board. This is like a man coming out and saying stuff on Ineos or whatever. Like, how can they not sanction him? What does that show to your club already? He's put this out on his Instagram. He's put at the Spurs, etc. I want it to be available, blah, blah, blah. It's unavailable, but it's a disgrace. Crazy. Crazy.
Into this game, Romero has made it clear that he isn't happy with the Tottenham Hotspur board for not signing that many players during the injury crisis. He's put out 2 statements and consistently gone for them at the top. And he feels like he should be doing this because he's the captain at the club. But what on earth are you thinking? You're in a game away at Old Trafford, you're playing relatively well, you're having your moments. Yes, Man United have had more chances, but Spurs, they still had some good patterns of play, they're in the game. And then you go and do something as stupid as that. It's an absolutely shocking tackle. Of course it's a straight red card. It's a straight 3-game ban. He's going to miss the game against Newcastle as well and 2 others. And of course we know that Christian Romero, he's been dirty in the past. He is no stranger to a yellow or a red card. But for you to have the sheer audacity to put out a statement about the football club and then do something as stupid as this, I simply have no words for you.
Yeah, straight up, man. He just got into the point, bro. He's not on this thing. He didn't come here and sugarcoat nothing. Oh, you know what? It might not have been a red. He said it's a straight red card. That's what I want to see. You got to big him up. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them are just in tears. All they're saying is, nah, it wasn't a red. Nah, we got cheated. Old Trafford. No. He's saying, bro, it's a red. Straight up. We move on. Done. Leave it as that, man. So good on him,
the football club. And then do something as...
And he's saying, bro, you can't show leadership. Basically what he's trying to say is you can't show leadership online and then go on the pitch and do the opposite. You can't show you're a leader putting out all of these statements online and Instagram, etc. Look, I'm calling everyone out, and then bam, you turn around now and then you let your whole club down. Do you know what I'm saying? And you leave them to basically sit there themselves, etc. Let's get into the next one.
We're in a relegation fight. We are actually genuinely in a relegation fight.
Jay, here's the thing about West
above
Ham.
the drop, and we cannot win a game. We cannot win a game. The team's so average. Thomas Frank is below average. You know, and everything about us is absolutely shocking. And it's...
Oh my God, man's telling me that's not a red card. Man's telling me that's not a red card. Look at that. Look at Casemiro's foot. I could have snapped off his whole leg. That's crazy. Let me get a few of these chats quickly. That's madness. Porridge is overrated. Same with Bell. You don't rate them at all. None of them. United have had injuries and still made the finals. Spurs fans full of excuses. We have the best defense and striking force in the Premier League. Onward, Red Soldier, the Champions League. I hope so. I hope we make it there, bro. Levy is gone. Same old. Spurs weren't even in the game from the start. Nah, there was, man. Let's not do that. There was in the game. There was doing the 1s and 2s. They looked okay. They were breaking away, etc. But we did have better chances, etc. They only really had that Gallagher chance. That was their only real chance, the Gallagher chance. But they did look okay. They were in the game. We had better chances. Cunha, that Bruno chance when Ahmad slit him in. Like, we had a few good chances before that, but they was in it though. Let's not say like we were just wishing them away. Do you know what I'm saying? There was in the game. Let's be real. He always been a shin kicker though. That's what I'm saying. It's a South American thing, bro. A lot of them are just on a different thing. Caicedo, Ugarte, even Martinez when he first come. He was on this shin kicker thing hard. And then he had to relax. Casemiro, South American. They're all on this aggressive thing. I don't know why. I don't know what training they do over there in South America, but they all gassed. They just want to go straight in. But it is where it is anyway, man. We got a red last time. This is their time now, but they can't handle it. And now they're just going bananas. Man's talking about relegation. We're in a relegation scrap. I like to see that. It's good to see. He's always been a shin kicker. Did you see Yildiz? Yeah, he signed a new contract. That was going to be our Bruno replacement. Someone was looking after the Cass after that tackle. He looks not. I thought Cass weren't going to get back up. I was scared because it's a set piece as well. I'm like, raw. It's a set piece. You know, Casemiro, this is your time. This is what you love. And he looked hurt. I was like, oh shit, he's injured. If he came off injured, everyone would have known. Look at the man's leg, bro. Look at the man's leg. Crazy. Yildiz United gone there. Nah, remember, Semenyo signed the contract in the summer. He's gone. Some people sign contracts just to get a better release clause. You never know. It don't mean nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Grealish signed the contract and then bam, same season, same year, went to Man City. Sometimes it's just part of the club, innit? They'll just sign a contract, give you a bonus, and then on top of that, you get a mad release clause. So you're helping out the club. That's where it is sometimes. Ugarte was so bad when he came on, bro. I'd rather play heaven on Martinez there. Bruno got sent off. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. These things happen. Mitch, I'm hearing since Carrick took charge, man are tucking in their chains when United's in town. Exactly. You know what about. And Bumo was one of the best. Yeah, 100%. Solanke was well marked. That's the thing about Martinez and Maguire, bro. They're putting all these CFs, these centre forwards in the bag. You can't even handle it. The way they just grab you up, it's long. Haaland had it pocketed. Martinez, Jimenez ran away with a penalty. That's all he could get out of that game. They had him in the box. We got Ugarte that we can even do that destroyer. Yeah, but everyone's got a player that can do that crazy shin kicking thing. We got to respect Juve, man. Come on, Man United top 4. Let's get back into the videos. But look, they're talking about they're in a relegation zone, blood. It's crazy.
We cannot win a game. But the team's so average. Thomas Frank is below average. You know, and everything about us is absolutely shocking. And we got away with it last season because of the Europa League, and it took the shine away from the Premier League. This season, again, it takes the shine away a little bit because you got Champions League football, and we've done all right in that. But when you actually look at where we are in the league, in the Premier League, and the performances and the results,
Jake, you've lived there for 18 months.
Here's a stat for you. Remember when you beat us 4-1?
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Oh, yeah? Of course I do. Pulled your pets in your whooping.
90 Premier League games.
Yeah.
We've lost 43 of them.
Arsenal fans must be absolutely soiling themselves. They're going to win the title. You lot could get relegated. What an unbelievable season for Arsenal. This could be the greatest season in Arsenal's history.
That's madness. That would be crazy, though, isn't it? If Arsenal win the league and Tottenham was to get relegated. I don't think they get relegated, though. I'll be real. I don't think they get relegated. It's too mad down there. West Ham need too much wins to get out of there. But, bro, it is looking spooky for them. That's one thing I would say. And they've got some mad games coming up. When you look at Tottenham's next games, it is looking a bit spooky for them still. But I don't think they get relegated, though. It would be fun to see, though, them in a proper relegation zone. A relegation battle, sorry. But I don't think they do, man. I'll be real. I want them to. But West Ham's got to win 2 games. So that means they've got to beat us, for starters. Maybe not beat us because there's still 13 games left, but they've got to win 2 games just to match them, and then probably 1 more. So they probably got to win 3 games. When you look at West Ham's fixtures, even though Tottenham's got some mad games as well, they might not even move for a minute. They could beat Bournemouth. Let's be real. They could get something out of Fulham, maybe. I can't see them getting out of Villa and City. Wolves, they still got to play Wolves. And then, yeah, look, it's a bit dark. Everton. They ain't got no more people around them. And they ain't even got to play Tottenham no more. When you look at Tottenham's games, though, Tottenham have got some hard fixtures as well. So they might just sit still in that same position, and it gives West Ham the chance to build up. Even if they get a 1-2 draw and a win, they got Newcastle, Arsenal, Fulham away, which they always lose. Home and away, they always lose to Fulham. Like the last couple of times they've lost. Tottenham and Crystal Palace. Brennan Johnson's over there. He might want some revenge for kicking him out, for winning them the trophy. Then they got Liverpool, bro. It's looking dark for them still. I can't lie, man. It's not the same. It's not the same. So we'll see. And that's your big... We got big game players like Mbumo that scored against the whole big 6, apart from Chelsea, and he got the keeper sent off. We got big game players like that. They've got big game bozos like Romero that get sent off in big games. Crazy. Can't keep his head, bro. And they say this guy is world class. You've gone mad. Literally, bro. Let's get into the next video, man.
Unbelievable season for Arsenal. This could be the great
football. I think it was
for Arsenal. This could be the greatest season in Arsenal's history.
Full-time United 2, Tottenham 0. And look, where do we start with that one? We'll get to Romero's red card. I actually enjoyed the first half. I think it was a good game of football. I think it was fairly end-to-end. Of course, United had chances, but dare I say it, I think we started to show a bit of identity with Xavi Simons' involvement in the play, and obviously Sarr. I think Sarr had a good first half. The midfield, the energy. Look, and Solanke's link-up play. I thought, do you know what? This might not be too bad. The games get changed on moments, and that Romero tackle, incident, challenge, reds. Yeah, well, that was a moment. And listen, to any Tottenham fans who say that was never a red card, it was a red card.
That's it. That's what I was waiting for. Yeah? That's what I was waiting for. Look at that. He's a reasonable one. We can listen to him now and take him in. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I was waiting for. You know, a lot of them have been coming on here going mad. It's not a red. We've been robbed. Old Trafford tax. It's a red card. So you know he's reasonable at least. We can hear what he's saying and we'll go in from there.
Today's game, as much as anything as well, it's a red card. And anyone who say, yeah, but it's Romero tax. You get that tax for a reason. right? There's reasons why players get these types of taxes against them. Polina, for example, and the reason I've got him on screen now, he's a strong tackler, right? He puts in some exceptional challenges. 9 times out of 10, it's hard, but it's fair, right? Romero just does these silly, rash challenges where you're like, why did you do that? Why did you need to go in that recklessly and put yourself in that position at that stage in the game, at that moment, in that position? There just wasn't any need for it. It's what I keep trying to explain to Tottenham fans. But yeah, but it's never a red. It's this. But he didn't need to do that. He did not need to put himself in that position where he gives the referee a decision to make. All right, so whether you think it's a yellow, it's a red, it's not a red, it's irrelevant. He's let the side down massively in that moment. Oh, well, to anyone who uses this as a comparison to Romero's, they're not the same. Anyone who plays football knows the difference. But overall, red card aside, and whatever you think of that, Manchester United deserve to win because...
You know what it is as well? You've got to rate him as well because he's even putting down the Dalot thing. Because look, that's what the Dalot thing has come out now. And it's like the first time everyone's seen it. Oh my God, look at this though. How come he done that? This Old Trafford tax. It's Man United, bro. There's an article from The Athletic that literally says Manchester United have had the most decisions going against them from VAR. But we don't sit there and sulk about it. Because our team's been so shit for time, we're not really fighting for nothing. No one really cares. We've been bumped again, no problem. Like, we're getting so used to it. Mbumo last week against Fulham, that could have been a penalty. It's not, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one talks about this stuff. But you got fans. That's what I say. Some people, it's just their heads hot in it. This is why I don't really do watch-alongs. Because when you're watching the game, you just think whatever you think at the time. You might just, that's a red. The referees are cheating. That's what a lot of people do. As soon as the game's over, they come straight online. They're fucking cheats. Your head's still hot. That's what a lot of them are doing. He's saying, bro, I'm a Tottenham fan. Man United deserve to win. It's not a red. And if you're comparing it to Dalot's thing, you're an idiot. Simple as that. It's not the same thing. And this, as a picture, looks bad. But when you slow it down and you actually watch it as a video, you can see he got the ball and then it was slow. It was calm. There was no aggression. It looks powerful. It's not even as powerful as that. As you can see, there's nothing in there. Doku's leg's even out. Look at Casemiro's one. The man nearly snapped his leg. Crazy. So yeah, big him up, man. He's saying some real stuff, man, and he's letting them know. What do you mean it's not? Don't even compare it to this. It's a straight red. You've gone mad. Romero tax is not a thing. You've made that tax yourself. Caicedo tax. You've made the tax. Casemiro tax. You've made that tax. You've made that happen. Without you going out there moving mad, that will never be a thing in the first place. It is what it is.
But yeah, but it's never a red. It's just, but he didn't need to do that. He did not need to put himself in that position where he gives the referee a decision to make. All right, so whether you think it's a yellow, it's a red, it's not a red, it's irrelevant. He's let the side down massively in that moment. Oh, well, to anyone who uses this as a comparison to Romero's, they're not the same. Anyone who plays football knows the difference. But overall, red card aside, and whatever you think of that, Manchester United deserve to win because they managed that game impeccably. And I felt that we could have come out in that second half and gone, well, do you know what? Okay, let's not feel sorry for ourselves. Let's go and really take the game to Manchester United. I think it was a case of, we'll stick in there, bring on Tel and co, and then hopefully we can nick something. But that timing of Bruno Fernandes's goal was absolutely crucial. And the minute that went in, that was a good finish, by the way. I know it hit his shin, but he just had to stick his leg in the way of the ball zipping off the surface. So, yeah, the minute that went in, it was game over. But anyway, Tottenham fans, Manchester United fans, but Spurs fans especially, is there anything you can take from that game constructively? Player-wise, performance-wise, manager-wise, that doesn't kind of hinge on that Romero red card?
Boy, I think, like I said, at first half, it was up and down, man. They had a few little good spells. We had the better chances. They had that Gallagher chance that could have been something. So they had the best chance of the game, but we had the better chances and we had way more. But it is where it is. It was a fair game. But Romero, when you've got duds in your team that can do something like that randomly, it's crazy. And Casemiro was that guy for us that could do something crazy and he dropped it out. So that's the situation with that. You've got to slow down on that, man. Juventus are smart. They don't have a lot of money to spend to have insurance. Yeah. I still need to move on from Maguire. Maybe one more year, though. Nah, man. We can't let Maguire go and Casemiro in the same year. That's my situation with this. I don't mind Maguire leaving, but not in the same time as Casemiro. That's too much senior players, leaders, leaving at once. You don't want to be like Chelsea and that, where you've got bare kids, when it gets dark, you going 1-0 down at the Emirates or something, there's no way to pick yourself up. You need some leaders around you. Yildiz probably signed a new contract knowing there's deals already on the table. Exactly. That's what I said. Sometimes they pull it in the release clause. That's what Semenyo done. He got it and then he got a release clause. Yo, someone can buy you next summer, next winter, January, 65 million. All right, no problem. And they're going to put up my wages for now. Cheers. You know what I mean? They ain't getting relegated, but they're in a rough spot. Just to have that conversation where you could get relegated and your fans are saying it is mad already. Do you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. These lot won't be in Europe for long. Arsenal will win it. Mets, do you think it's possible for us to win every game? Ooh, that's a mad one. Bro, I want to say yes, but you never know, man. Let's just look at our next 6 alone. Like, West Ham, obviously, we should be beating them now. We should be going into these teams confident. Let's be real. But you just never know, bruv. And that some of these places, we don't win all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, West Ham away. When's the last time we won there? Like, it's been a long time when we won in West Ham away. So you got to look at some of our fixtures and think, So I look at this game and I say, we should be winning it. We should be getting 5 in a row. Everton, Crystal Palace, Newcastle away. Yeah, they've been shit recently, but they might build up again. Do you know what I'm saying? All it means is something like that. Aston Villa at home. Bournemouth away. I like Bournemouth, you know. I like Bournemouth football. Even if when they don't win, they always have like 10 shots, pepper you up. And then it's like the keeper's got to make saves. They play good football. Leeds have got a resurgence. They're still unbeaten in like 13 games or something like that. Nah, not unbeaten because they lost to Arsenal the other day. But they were in a good run, if you know what I'm trying to say, where they've got probably like 1 loss or something like that, 2 losses in like 13 games, and they're a bit in a resurgence thing as well. But them away, we should really get the better of them. You know, it's only really at their ground. And then you look at the other team. Look at that. We got Chelsea. This is our last 6. Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Brentford. Liverpool at home. Sunderland are the only team in the whole league unbeaten at home. And we're going to their ground. They're unbeaten there. No one's beat them. Nottingham Forest fighting relegation. And then we got Brighton in the last game of the season. So I don't know if we can go win every single game, but hopefully we don't lose any of them games. Do you know what I'm saying? 13 games left, bro. A lot can happen. Just like last season, Spurs are so lucky that yeah, exactly. No team actually doing that. Palace, West Ham, all fighting relegation. Simmons is trash. Nah, we little man, these guys. They can't blame us if their players can't keep their head. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's not our fault. Simmons is bad, mad, overrated. We must beat West Ham on Tuesday. It should have been a pen for what Van der Ven done yesterday. Wasn't even looking at the ball. Always really hate that fans' only issues with VAR when it affects their club. Exactly. Mad inconsistent. And that's the problem as well. It's that it happens one week, then the next week, someone will get a penalty of, I get it. I actually get it. But when you look at what happened with Mbeumo, with that Quensa guy, someone will get that and it'll be a penalty. Do you know what I'm saying? It's so weird, bruv. Like, it's so up and down. Spurs lying, saying it was even game and it was 11-11. Yeah, I don't know. We was onto them. We was more onto them. Let's be real. But it was still, they had a few spells. That's all it was. I think we can beat Chelsea. Of course. I think we can as well. Mod me, bro. The mods are going to come soon. Don't watch nothing, man. I'm going to mod a few of you lot soon, man. You know you lot always here with the Metric community, man. Big up yourself. I still don't even know how to do it properly, but my bedroom's going to help me pattern it soon. There's no way we can let Bruno... That's what I'm saying. Not in the same season with Matt Maguire as well. That's too much leaders gone in the same season. That's why it's crazy. Let's watch the next video, man. I think this is going to be one of the last
fans,
ones.
But Spurs fans especially, is there anything you can take from that game constructively, player-wise, performance-wise, manager-wise, that doesn't kind of hinge on that Romero red card?
Let's talk about the red card for a second, because we had a different opinion when it happened. I thought, you know, it was a red card. You thought it wasn't a red card. Very split in the live chat as well. We ran a poll. I think it ended up on 66% yes. Have you had any difference of opinion on the red card? Because I'm looking at it. It wasn't. He went in aggressive. He got his like kind of heel stuck in the ground and studs into the ankle. I mean, in this day and age, you can't do that. That's always going to be a red card in this day and age.
Yeah, I think I've changed my mind on it. I think it is a red card. Now, thinking about it, looking at it quite a few times, I think it is a red card. But I don't think it was a deliberate one. I don't think he did it on purpose, and I don't think it was him.
Listen, when it first happened, this is what I tell you lot. See, after the game, people's heads hot. So match reactions, you got a little breather. You need to have at least 45 minutes. Have a Ribena, have a Lucozade, chill. He was like, it's not a red. he was going mad, but good on him. Do you know what I'm saying? He's seen now. He's seen the light. When you watch it over, the first time you watch it, the replay, you're like, that's not a red. I thought that. I'm like, that's not a red. No way. Second time you watch it, you're like, it has to be a red.
Being clumsy. I think he just... Romero's just an aggressive tackler. And most of the time it pays off and sometimes it doesn't. And that's the player that he is. He's just an aggressive, very strong, powerful, crunching tackler. And when he gets it wrong, there might be a price to pay. And today there was. So, yes, it was a red card.
What is actually going on with Romero? I thought it was a very strange reaction to getting sent off, judging by what he's been like in the past when getting sent off. Against Liverpool was fuming. This one, he didn't really seem to care that much. He kind of just walked off with a smile on his face, walked down the tunnel.
Bro, he walked off with a smile on his face because he knows he's got 4 days off. He's got 4 games now. 4 games he's going to chill for. And then on top of that, remember, he comes back, then he's got 2 games. 2 games to get 2 yellow cards from. Yeah, he's got the most yellow cards in the whole league. So he's going to miss 4 games, come back, and if he gets 2 yellow cards in the next, what will be after 4 games? There's 13 games left. So what would that be? 9 games left. So in the next 9 games, if he gets 2 yellow cards, he misses another 2 games. This guy's going to miss 6 games in the last 13 games. I'm telling you, he has to get 2 yellow cards. This is Romero we're talking about. Yeah? You know what's going to happen here. So he's laughing, bro. Man's walking off laughing. He don't care. He's tired. There's rumors that already came out saying that he wants to leave. Do you know what I'm saying? He don't want to be there, bro. Let's be real. Who wants to be at that Spurs team right now? Van der Ven, there's talks about him. He might be going Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? All of them is peak. It's peak, man. Look at the 4 games that my man's going to miss. They're pissed. I don't even rate him that much, but I know he definitely brings something for their defense anyway. Look at that. Newcastle at home. Newcastle are in a losing streak just like them. So that should be El Sakiko, really. But it's not going to be El Sakiko. Arsenal at home. And then they got Fulham away, somewhere they always lose. And then they got Crystal Palace at home. Bro. So Romero misses all 4 of them games. You got Van der Ven. And yeah, look at what the comments said. The Stephen Vincent at the bottom. Look at that. Disgrace. We only have 11 players available. So what does he do? Get himself sent off. And now they've only got 10. Crazy. And Odagi. Odagi got sent off as well. This guy is loose, man. He's a loose cannon, bro. I'll be real with you lot, man. I would never want to have... I don't care if you have the best player in the world, bro. If he's never available, what is the point? That's my thing.
Didn't seem too angry. In previous seasons, we've been saying, you know, Romero's doing really well, kind of towing that line to being over-aggressive and kind of cutting that out of his game. But now you look at it this season, 2 straight red cards, 10 yellow cards, compared to last season, 0 red cards and 3 yellow cards all season. What is going on with Romero? Is he kind of creeping back into his old self?
Right, it's never left him. Man said creeping back into his old self. It's never left him, bro. I've always known this guy can get a red card at any time. He's definitely getting a yellow. I'm surprised that he even said that. 3 yellow cards last season. There's got to be something wrong with that, surely. 3 yellow cards is all he got last season. No way. There's no chance. The man's on 8 at this time right now. He already done a 1-match ban. He's on 8. If he gets up to 10, which he definitely will do, he'll miss another 2 games. It's crazy, bro. But Romero's a liability, bro. Ferdinand said it. And the Tottenham fans are getting onto him. It's crazy.
This is a message for Tottenham and Tottenham fucking Hotspur only! I just watched that fucking game versus...
Hey, love it. But yeah, my peoples, man. That's more or less it, man. I had to just come here and just show you lot. You get me? I was going to do a little 10-minute video, but I thought, you know what? I'll come and watch it with you lot today. Because it's funny. And especially now that we're on this winning streak, we're just winning up the place. It's even better. And we can look down on them. See, before, we're mud brothers. We're together. Us and Tottenham, we're scrolling together. They lose, we can't really celebrate because we might lose the next game, and then etc. And you know what's crazy? Dave, all they keep talking about, this is how you know they're a small club. All they keep talking about is the Europa League final. Oh, we've left with a trophy, bro. A 1 Europa League. We've won so much trophies over it. And they keep gassing up this Europa League. Oh, we won when it mattered and all of that. Like, it's so silly, bro. It's stupid. But that's more or less it, my peoples, man. Obviously, I'm going to be back here later with my 10-minute update, of course. Look at that. They're even talking about that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Wait. Before I leave, let me show you something else. Look at this. Look at this. You got Vicario's coming out. They asked him about this thing in a press conference. And he's saying, pleaded with the fans to understand the conditions Spurs are facing. 2 wins in the last 16 is not acceptable for this club, but don't forget how we are trying to push ourselves in tough conditions. He must be getting slated in the comments. Let's quickly have a butchers. Man said, don't forget, these players have normalised losing. Proud of the teammates after losing 2-0. Look how the standards have become. Bro, man said, don't forget we're pushing ourselves. Brother, you should be going out there saying, yeah, we've gone mad. We need, like, you should just don't try to get the sympathy out of them. 2 wins out of 16. He doesn't realise we're in a relegation battle. Excuse. Can't stand the guy. Awful. He saved them from it being 5-0. How much times have we said that about a team? Donnarumma the other day when we played them, he saved them from it being 5-6-0. Everyone said that when we played Man City. It would have been 5-6-0 if it weren't for Donnarumma. How much times do we keep doing that? We have a keeper come, turn into prime Buffon as soon as they come in, and they go back to being shit the next game after that. It's crazy. Because they don't rate him at all. A lot of them say Vicario's going to be in goal. Oh, we're fucked. Vicario. Soon as he come over here, the amount of saves he was making yesterday, yes, a lot of them shots were at him, were straight at him. Let's be real. I'm not going to gas him up like he was doing mad saves. Like Donnarumma was doing crazy saves. You know what I'm saying? But my man, different. Let me show you that. Oh, yeah, we got this as well. Let me show you this. This geezer is a clown, man. I used to kind of have a bit of respect for him. But look at this geezer. Watch this.
I think it's, if you look at how many red cards he has had, it's not like he had that many throughout his career. And, you know, you play with passion and you play with aggression, and there's a fine line when you do that. At the club? Yeah, but not in Premier League. Of Premier League. Okay. I didn't know that.
Oh, this guy's a clown, man. I swear to you, man. This guy's a clown. The man's saying basically that, yeah, like he plays with passion all the time, blah, blah, blah. If you look at his career, he hasn't had that much red cards. The reporter said to him, yo, he's had the most red cards for Spurs in the Premier League. He's like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, you're talking. This is media. This is one thing, like, this is the one thing that why a lot of people kind of liked Amrin, because he just kept it kind of real. We're the worst Man United team. He just blurted out what he thought. They're so media trained that they just, they're like robots. They just say the same things over and over again. Bro, and he just got caught out. Like, you don't, like, bro, he's had the most red cards in the Prem. Let's not even talk about Spurs in the Prem. In the Premier League. The man is a different thing. He's got like 4 red cards. Different. It is where it is anyway, man. I'll leave it with that one anyway. That's what they're on. But I'll be here later, of course, with my 10-minute update. Make sure you got the notifications on. Man United, we're just winning up the place. You know, we got West Ham on Tuesday. So make sure you don't miss that one. The 8:15 UK times. We win that. We get 5 in a row. This geezer gets a haircut and then he can fuck off, because what's he going to do next? And Bruno came out. We got asked about it and Bruno ushered it like, bruv, I don't care about that type of thing, because, bro, you're putting pressure on the club for a little bit when you think about it. Like, it's making everyone know our situation. I don't know what, has Liverpool won 5 games in a row? Like, is Tottenham won? You wouldn't know. There's no reason for you to know. But when you've got someone that's doing these challenges, 5 games in a row, and then he's getting all this money from it, he's getting all this engagement because he's got his accounts going mad. So then when he does cut his hair, what happens then? He's going to do something else then. All right. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he can cut his hair, chill out, and then we move on to the next. But that's it, my people, man. Smash the likes, man. Appreciate all of you lot, man. I'll be here later on my 10-minute video. Love.
Got some celebs, pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They don't see, they on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm local. Bumping off the surface beat, I'm more loud. I said